Period, mama. The boots house down realness.
Oh my gosh.
Hey
everyone, welcome to the Queerie. We have that very special camp and slay diva guest, Ladybird.
It's me. Oh my gosh.
Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
How
welcome. We're
fun.
so excited.
I'm so excited.
Oh my god, yay.
What a party.
So much party. Let's just start with the usual. What are your pronouns and what names do you go by and when?
Gorgeous. So out of drag, my name's Casey. Pronouns they, them, but kind of just like fluid with it. So it's like, as long as you're referring to me, don't really mind. And then in drag, she, they, and it's Ladybird. So yeah.
So, okay, Ladybird. How did you choose that drag name?
Well, I was always like wanting like a drag name that was like pun for the longest time. So I was like trying to come up with all these like dumb puns. And then it just never happened. And I was like, these are so stupid. Like one of them was
becoming hard now.
Yeah. One of them was mascara. Like mascara.
I kind of like it.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, like it's not
okay.
terrible, but it's
okay.
also like Ladybird's better.
Yeah, Ladybird's cute.
Yeah, and then like I always like loved bugs, and I always like wear spots a lot, and people always like are like, you wear spots a lot, and I was like, oh, do I? So I was like, perfect correlation. And then I'm always like taken back to this moment, like maybe when I was like 10, I think, and I was swimming in a pool, and there was like literally hundreds of ladybugs in the pool, and like
That's kind of my worst nightmare.
Really?
That seems
I'm
really
your worst
scary.
nightmare.
Oh my god. Just so many, like bugs, just so many bugs in a pool.
Yeah, no, it
Oh
was
gosh.
wild. They like took up like
But it
most
was like
of the
an
pool.
awakening moment for you.
Yeah, I literally like spent the whole afternoon like scooping them out of the pool and like trying to save them.
I love that.
And then
Awesome.
I'm just like, yeah, that was when it was like embedded into my soul that I had to be Ladybird.
Yeah.
cool.
So you were like, oh my
Yeah.
god, my family.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
These are my people. I'm here.
Yeah, I found my community. It's really slay.
How did you figure out that you wanted to do drag? Was there like a specific moment, like the pool story, where like you knew it was your name? Was there like a story?
Calling.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the word. A combination of like things. Like I was always really into drama, into music. I study music at uni. Just like lots of like creativity all the time. And then I kind of just like kept doing more costumey sort of things. I love doing makeup. I started playing around with like gluing down my eyebrows. And then I started watching like Drag Race in I think like grade 11. And I made like so many friends at my school through it.
I love that.
And one of like my best friends, like we just got so close. We were talking about it at the school like musical. Like rehearsals. Yeah.
What was the musical?
Oh, it was like this shitty one that they wrote themselves.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah, it was not good. They wrote the music themselves as well.
Oh my goodness.
That's that's brave.
It
It
was.
is
That's brave.
You know, it took a lot of
A
courage.
choice, perhaps.
Yeah, no.
Choices for sure. But yeah, my school was really Christian, so like it was like unheard of. So like when we found each other, we were like, yes. Yeah. And then it was literally in quarantine in 2020, so like April-ish. And my friend and I were like, maybe we should just try doing the drag makeup on Zoom.
Yeah.
So we did it. And then like since then we just would do it like every few weeks and just kept practicing. And then it literally wasn't until like this time last year that I was like, maybe I should perform.
Yeah.
Like
Make
do
this
like a
something.
full-
Yeah.
Yeah. And like it was pretty much like, because I don't really see much representation of like AFAB queens. I was like, is this like even gonna be? Yeah. I was like, am I even gonna be like accepted? Like, just because I was so unaware and I didn't go out a lot, so I was just had no idea what was going on.
And I guess in Drag Race, is there many AFAB queens?
No.
Yeah.
Like the first like gender diverse one that I saw that I was like, oh my gosh, this is like representative of my journey was Gottmik in season 13, which has taken a while.
Yeah.
And then the only other like AFAB queen was Victoria Scone on UK Drag Race, and then she hurt her knee in like the second episode and had to go home.
Oh, yes.
I was like, I love it so much and I really want to do it, but I'm like, is it even viable? But yeah, and then I just was like, you know what, we'll just do it. And I like signed up to do this competition called Work It at the Wickham, and it's just like for like little baby queens just wanting to get out there and performance opportunity. And it just kept getting postponed because of lockdowns. So I like it was like once on the day, and I was about to start like gluing down my eyebrows. Yeah. And then they're like, it's cancelled. We have to go into lockdown at 4 p.m.
No.
I have such bad memories of all of those. Like the constant like you have plans for a weekend 4 days away, but you're like, I shouldn't have plans because
Literally.
anything could happen.
It was just like so rickety.
Yeah, what a wild time. What even is
And
that?
I
Like,
forget that it happened unless I think about it. I'm like, oh yeah, we like
Yeah.
had to just like stay in our house
and like,
and not go
I
anywhere.
think
Actually,
back
I can't imagine.
and I get anxiety because I'm like, how is that my life where like there was like this rampaging illness and the world kept shutting down and like you couldn't do it. You literally had to stay in your home. Like what? That
Yeah.
makes me so stressed. But like that was our life.
You know what I find? I was thinking the other day, it was like a radio host or something, and they were interviewing a like infectious disease expert, and I was like, imagine you made that your career and you're like 40, and then like once in a century pandemic
Yeah,
happens. Like that's kind of
literally.
lucky for them. that
Yeah,
they
they
get
get
to like
experience
How lucky for you.
like
Oh my
do their
gosh.
job
Yes,
like
living.
I get to do that.
in a very real sense. It's not just like looking at diseases. It's
He's
like
sitting
it's
at home.
happening.
He's
right
sitting at home
now.
like, thank fuck for
It's
COVID.
Like, woo! I really
My
hit the
time.
lottery.
It's my time. It's my time.
Finally got to perform in September, and I was just like so nervous. I had to catch the train up in full drag, and I do that a lot now.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
just
like
like,
nothing.
whatever. But that first time, I was like, and I was on like one of the old trains, so it wasn't even like the tall chairs that like cover you,
Yeah.
and it was just like, oh, it was hell.
Scary.
But then I like got to the venue and I was so scared. I didn't like talk to anyone. Or like I was like, no one's gonna want to talk to me. Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah.
I didn't go backstage because I was just like, I brought my little backpack with
You're
like
I'll sit out
my clothes, and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna stay in this outfit now.
Yeah.
But it ended up being like the most fun night. And like
That's so
since
good.
that moment, I was like, oh, I have to do this. Like like it's not even like, oh, I only want to do this. It's like I have to do this for my soul.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. That's such
Yeah.
a like a wholesome feeling
yeah.
to be like, this is it. Like I found it.
Literally, and I remember like thinking a month before I was at a birthday party in drag, just to be like trying to like branch out and just
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
okay, maybe I'll just go to your birthday party in drag. And I was just like, oh, this is like the best feeling.
That's
like I just want to do this
awesome.
all the time.
Yeah.
And then I never like thought that I would actually be able to do it as like consistently
As,
or
like, a
like
profession.
as an actual career.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just like snowballed a bit, and it's just been so cool. It's been like the most fun. I've had like the
Yay.
best like 9 months ever.
That's
That makes
so,
me so
good to hear.
happy.
Yeah.
Like that's such a like oh like I'm so glad.
It
I'm
feels
so
like such like
glad.
a nice like whole circle moment.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you found your like your calling.
Yeah,
what you wanna
And
do.
literally.
like so young as well. Like there's so many people that, you know, make it to like their 40s and 50s that still haven't found like what they're living for,
100%.
which is like such a scary feeling.
Yeah, like their passion. They're like, I don't know what my
Yeah,
passion is.
but,
I just
like,
work.
to
And
find
also to be able to
it.
do your passion and make it a job.
Yeah.
Oh, the best
That's
of
the
both
goal.
worlds.
That's the
It's
goal.
very
Yeah.
Hannah Montana.
Very. Oh my god, you are Hannah Montana.
Wait, literally. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Famous.
Wait, that's
famous.
That's good.
that's quite lit.
That is
actually.
quite lit.
Quite
So
quite lit and tea.
lit
And slay
tea-
and camp.
and slay and camp.
See, I've
and
got it
diva.
now.
I've got it. You're on a roll. You can't stop now.
Who would you say inspires your drag, or like what inspires your drag?
I love taking inspiration from like really random things. Like I take a lot of inspiration from like childhood TV shows and like try to make like funny things with them. Like
Yeah.
I've done like Kermit the Frog and like I've done like a camping number where I'm like a bogan sort of thing and I'm just like
love
fishing.
Yes. So
yeah,
good.
it's quite dumb. And like Titanic, just like love making like spin-offs of like
Yeah.
dumb things.
Yeah.
So pretty much just stupid stuff. And then I think being out in this community has really like pushed me a lot. Like to see like what all my friends are doing and see everyone like pushing themselves so much creativity. I'm like, oh my gosh, that I want to do that now. And like even I watched Shrek-lesque.
So good.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
It's
I
so
was
good.
like, oh my gosh.
I wanted to see that. I kept seeing.
Yeah,
it's
I
so
think.
good.
Oh no, they were just here a couple
Yeah,
of days
they
ago. They're in
just
Perth
left.
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like the way that they do it is
Yeah.
just so incredible.
And like the
Yeah.
idea, like to sit down and go, you know what I'm gonna do? Shrek, but make it burlesque.
Yes.
Like,
It's like-
come on.
It's like the perfect combination. I
Yes.
didn't realize I needed it until I saw it, and
and
then I
then was like,
I
yep.
need
I think that's
this.
like anything. You'll be like, oh, why did I never think of this like random idea?
Literally.
That's cool though, because then you can just have random inspiration and make something of it.
Yeah,
that like hasn't
100%.
been
And,
done
like,
before.
I feel like with the queer community, like you can do absolutely nothing. Like a queen could just stand there and like tap their foot for the whole number, and everyone is like, yes. Like, everyone is going crazy for it. So like,
Oh, it's the best. Like
Yeah.
you could do like minimal and
Yes.
just do the dumbest stuff.
and
Like
everyone's like,
I saw a queen like literally lay on their like front on the stage and do Murder on the Dance Floor, like somewhere in like overseas, but the whole number was just her lying dead, and I was like, that is genius.
So good.
Going back to people's reaction when you first started doing drag, what was the audience and like public reaction in the drag scene like?
Yeah, I felt like immediately supported. Like, I remember I did my first performance, I did Material Girl by Madonna.
Oh, yes, nice.
And I had like the little gag of like a clown scarf. It was like a material. And like, I was so
love
good.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good.
But yeah, I remember like you get critiques straight after you perform, and the like first person who talked literally said, I feel so honored that I got to watch your first performance.
Oh, that's
And I was like
So
gonna start
nice.
bawling on stage. I was like,
Yeah.
this is so precious.
Yeah.
And everyone was like so like lovely, being like, you seem like a breath of fresh air. Because I knew that like I wanted to do something that I wanted to take like drag into a different form, sort of. I didn't want to do what other people were doing.
Yeah.
I want to obviously take inspiration, and everyone has their own strengths and does it so amazingly. So I was like, I need to find my own route,
Thing. Yeah.
because otherwise I'm just gonna like blend in and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think especially like being an AFAB queen, you sort of have to work harder to build a space. It's not as easy to like just
Just
do
get
it.
in the gig and go.
Yeah, literally you have to sort of like earn the audience's respect
Yeah,
almost,
I hate
because
that.
And why do you think that is?
I think people just don't see it almost as valid. And obviously it is, but I feel like because there's not that representation, people go, what is this? Like, why aren't you an AMAB person? Like, isn't that what drag is for?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, even like when I've told it like extended family or like family friends, they're like, wait,
What do
that's
you
a
mean?
thing?
Yeah.
Like, are you sure? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is a
Oh,
thing because
wow.
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
it's
so-
like
happening.
actually it's right here.
Yeah.
So I was watching like back some of my old performances just
Yeah.
to like get inspired, to be like, oh, you've come far. That's
Yeah.
all that matters. But like I was like listening to the way they intro,
Yeah.
and I'm like, these bitches have never seen me perform. They don't know who I am, and they're like, the one, the only, the camp diva herself.
And like, what if I wasn't any of that?
What if I was just shit? And then
Yeah.
they were just like, woo.
Fake. They
Fake
lied.
bitches. I'm not performing now because that was fake as hell.
No, like once I got introduced and they're like, she's camp as tits, or actually I'm not sure, maybe as toast. We'll see, we'll find out. And I was like, that's good. I was like, yeah, fair.
That's kinda
yeah,
fun,
yeah.
yeah.
At least you're honest.
Also, what was I love that one that you posted, the last one you posted with the massive tits.
That was like the highlight of my whole life,
That was
wearing those
so
tits.
good.
Even though I had like major back pain
Oh,
after.
you did. Is it heavy?
Oh, heavy.
Oh, I assumed
Like-
it would be really like soft.
No, so you can get fiber filled ones or you can get silicone filled ones, and those
silicone.
ones were silicone. So
That's like actually
I think they were like, yeah, they're like 2 liters in each, I think. Of like, it
That's
was
a
heavy.
lot.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't think it through because they're my friends.
Yeah.
And I tried them on when I was really drunk one night at the house, and I was like, oh my gosh, perfect. And then I thought about it the other day, and I was like, oh, I should wear them because I'm being a bimbo.
Yes.
And then she brought them down in like a Coles esky bag. And I lifted it up and I was like, I wouldn't, like, I don't work out, but like, I wouldn't even be able to lift this at the gym.
Yeah.
Like, if I went to the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, what have I got myself into?
Yeah.
And then I put them on and I was like, okay, it's just wear your t-shirt. But then I
I'm
was
really
like,
having one. A weighted
Yeah.
blanket on my chest.
literally, I was like, I'm just doing a workout. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had like my stilettos on and I was like, I was just so unbalanced the whole night,
Yeah.
because I was like, also had like all the tights like squishing me in
Yeah.
and stuff. And I was just like,
So comfortable. So.
drag is so comfortable.
Yeah,
I don't know
really.
what people complain about, honestly.
Have you ever felt like rejected in the drag community, or do you feel very accepted with like your gender identity out of drag?
I feel like I entered the community probably in a really good time when like people are really accepting. Like, I know there's a lot of people that will like have my back, and I know they do have my back, and they're like, if anyone treats you like shit for that, like,
Yeah.
I will literally beat them up, and no hesitation. Like,
Yeah.
people need to be put in their place, but like
Love that. Yes.
literally I'm like, thank you.
That's so important to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So that definitely made me feel like a lot safer and a lot more like included.
Do you have your own sort of like drag community that you are a part of?
Yeah, I'm a part of like the House of Gun, which I'm very like grateful to be a part of. I never expected to be in a drag house. Like, I was always like, I started on my own
Yeah.
with my best friend in
Yeah.
across Zoom,
Yes.
like in our bedroom. So I was like, I didn't expect to ever be like invited
Sure.
into a family or anything. I was like, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm very like independent as a person. I'm like a perfectionist. So I'm like, it has to be, everything has to be in order. Like, so I was like, I can just make this work for myself. And then I was just like very lucky that like BB saw one of my performances online and she was like, I like this. Like, this is cool. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect to get that like spotlight almost.
Yeah.
And then she asked me and I was like, oh, it's so like surreal to be included in such like a family of like incredible performers and so talented and lovely people. I'm like, oh, in awe of them all.
Yeah.
So we asked this question to all of our guests because we think it's pretty important just to hear like, you know, your perspective. So what makes you most proud to be queer?
That is such a cute question, I must say. Like every time I listen, I'm like, oh, so wholesome. Like, I think the thing that makes me most proud is being the person that I needed when I was younger.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I think like little me would be so happy and so proud.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, tears? No, just kidding. No, oh my
That's
gosh.
another clickbait title we made.
You made Ladybird cry. I think for like the longest time I was so afraid to be who I was.
Yep.
And especially like going through like religious school and like it being like pushed down for so long and then coming out of that and being welcomed into such a beautiful community, such a supportive community, it's really like allowed me to flourish as a person, and I've like never felt more me or more happy. Like it's just been such the best thing, and I think little me would be so proud.
That's such a nice feeling.
It's very I love it.
Proud of you.
Oh,
Thank you. Oh
That's
my
so
gosh.
good.
No, I was just gonna say we've come to the end.
Oh my gosh, the end.
I know already.
I felt so
I'm gonna
short.
cry. Again.
But is there any upcoming shows or events or your Instagram or whatever you want to plug? Go for
Plug it all.
gold.
If you get one, we'll plug it later.
Oh my gosh, gorgeous. Insert voice over here. No, just kidding. My Instagram is @LadybirdArtist. I'm a contestant in SmackDown at Sporties. So had the semi-finals. So you may or may not see me at the finale on the 14th of July. Sportsman Hotel, 9:30 p.m. Oh, so yeah, lots of fun things coming up.
Any last minute shout outs to the fans?
The fans. Hi, Bugs. No, just kidding. No, just look at my Instagram.
Yeah,
and you'll find everything you need. So yeah.
Follow
me.
Woo, okay.
Amazing.
And follow the Queerie. Oh my gosh, yes. At the Queerie.
For more amazing guests.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
A little cheers.
Yay. Oh my gosh.
Okay.